1 year later, there is still so much pain and anguish for the estimated 101 hostages held in Gaza. And for the hostages who have been released, the trauma of what happened to them remains. Some recently spoke to NBC News about their time in captivity, what it's like to be free now, the guilt they say they feel for being released, while so many others are still there.
I still have triggers to deal with every single day. I'm being scared of being by myself. I was really independent, and I'm trying to regain it.
Since the 7th, it's like I've been taken away. I don't even look at myself in the mirror because I'm not here. I haven't come back. I'm still in Gaza.
I saw my face maybe twice during the entire captivity, and I didn't recognize myself for a second. I had a different look in my eyes.
In the evenings, those are the times that I allow myself just to cry. Cry, because nobody's going to look at me and say, poor thing, she said again. Or bring me a tissue. I don't want anybody to bring me a tissue. I just want to feel.
Wow. Joining me now is Hagai Levine, the head of the Hostages and Missing Families Forum Medical and Resilience Team. That is probably not anything shocking to you, but to those of us hearing that kind of response for the first time about how they've lost themselves, not even thinking about something as simple as not seeing yourself in the mirror and then seeing a different person. I just want to get your reaction and help us to understand the price that has been paid, even though we all rejoiced when they came home.
Sad evening from Israel, Chris. You know, you have seen now, and we just had a remembrance ceremony of the people, by the people of Israel. And it ended with Yagil Yaakov, who was kidnapped with his brother, and his father was kidnapped and murdered in captivity, and his body was not retrieved yet. And Yagil sang the famous Israeli song about the secrets in the fields. And I can tell you that the returning hostages still hide many secrets in their body and soul. And they cannot really recover, the families could not really recover, and the Israeli people could not really recover until all the hostages return home. And of course, now there are still 101 hostages. A year passed, and they are still kidnapped in Gaza. They don't have time. They are in hell. The world need to do something about it. I must tell you, in the first months, in October, I forecast that if we will not bring the hostages back home, we are risking Third World War. And unfortunately, what we see now with the threat of a regional war reflect the concerns that we should all have. So the bell are ringing not only for the Israeli people, for all the people, for people in the US and in other countries. We have to bring back the hostages, and this will enable stopping the war.
In our last hour, I spoke with Ronen and Orna, the parents of Omer Nutra, and they said they get out of bed every day and they fight and they have hope because there is no alternative. It's what they have to do. And the best case scenario is that Omer and the other hostages are still alive, that they come home. What is your hope? And if they come home, and we hope they do, what have you learned in the last year that could be helpful to them?
Thank you for this important question. And yes, as a physician, as someone who has seen miracles in life, and during this year, you know, just now we had the new year, and I witnessed Elma Avraham, 85 years old, who had a valve replacement several years ago and was kidnapped to Gaza and did not get food or medical attention. And she came here in the deal after 51 days, very close to death. And she survived. And she's recovering. And we say, as one of the killed persons on the October 7th said, the hope dies last. And our national anthem, that we never lose hope. So yes, even after a year, we have hope. The families have hope. I know that the resilience of the hostages is remarkable, but we have to give them a chance. If we don't find a way, by some kind of a deal, to release them now, every day could be their last day. And they are facing possibility of murder, as happened to the recent 6 hostages that were murdered. They could face starvation, mutilation, dying from diseases, from injuries. Their life are at risk for any moment. And I must say that I see, and I'm trying to look at the positive, I see how the families support each other at good times and bad times. And I'm asking you and our viewers, close your eyes and imagine the joy that we will all have when the hostages return to their homes and families. And you know that Israel just now rescued a Yazidi woman who was for 10 years kidnapped in Gaza after she was sold there. And she now returned to her family. So we don't lose hope, never.